You are watching ABC7 News at 5:30.
Welcome back. One of the biggest issues plaguing the Suncoast for years has been the lack of affordable housing. But there is a governmental nonprofit in Sarasota looking to do its part to provide apartments for working class families. ABC7's Dwayne Lindo joins us live in Sarasota with more on the story tonight. Dwayne?
Well, Scott, with a building boom going on all around the city and specifically here in the Rosemary district, the president of this nonprofit is saying most of the housing being built, like the one behind me, is simply unattainable for the general public. Throughout the years, the population on the Suncoast has continued to grow, and the president and CEO of the Sarasota Housing Authority, William Russell, is saying there's another group that is growing as well.
People who have modest incomes are spending way too much of their income towards housing if they want to live anywhere near where they work.
Russell's agency provides public housing in the city and the county. He says in the past decade, the Housing Authority has done their part in apartment development. But overall, the effort to get working class families into affordable homes is looking bleak.
The market hasn't built any new apartments in the last 10, even 15 years.
So currently, they're looking to redevelop old public housing and redevelop the site as affordable elderly housing. They're also working on a critical 3-acre development that Russell says will provide at least 130 to 150 affordable rental units. The key now, says Russell, is trying to access some capital and financing to make it a reality.
We've applied to the state to get very competitive tax credits to help finance that. That's looking promising, but we still need other sources of funding. The city has committed $3 million.
And as the need for a solution is urgent, they've even brought in an expert in the field of affordable housing to Sarasota. Russell saying the visit not costing anything to taxpayers.
I invited him to come down to kind of share some of their experiences, some of their wisdom about what works, what doesn't work.
But developer Harvey Van Groff has been trying for years to pursue various affordable housing projects in the city of Sarasota. He says the authority has a high mountain to climb to make a dent in this particular problem.
We have an affluent society, and the affluent society doesn't really want to live next to the people that work because it's not cool.
But Russell is feeling optimistic in what's to come.
It's gaining a lot of momentum. It's desperately needed, and that's something that you and the community will be hearing more updates on in the next few months.
Now, one thing that was discussed between Russell and this visiting expert was the possibility of inclusionary zoning laws, which requires a developer to provide a certain amount of affordable units within a residential project. Reporting live in Sarasota, Dwayne Lindo, your Suncoast News.
Dwayne, thank you so much. Volunteers are working to put the finishing touches on several new homes through Habitat for Humanity. Keller Williams on the Water, Sarasota, and Keller Williams Bradenton working with Give Back Homes and Habitat for Humanity on 2 homes on Tarpon Avenue in Sarasota. Those homes will go to 2 families that have been coached by Habitat on how to improve their credit scores and stay up to date on their new mortgages. Realtors from Keller Williams were out there today volunteering their time to build these houses.
As realtors, we love to give back to the community, and what we're doing for Give Back Homes today and Habitat for Humanity is helping finish off some houses for some people. That is a great contribution back to the community that we want to do. It's something you want to give back all the time to help people out.
The new homeowners and their families are expected to move in over the next few weeks. An update now on a multi-million-dollar renovation along Main Street in Sarasota. Developers say they're making progress renovating the 8.5-acre property that runs from Lynx Avenue to 301. One of the project principals says the goal is to make this area more of a gateway to downtown Sarasota. David Chesler says the facelift is underway.
We're doing some renovations on the outside and on the interior. We're also going to redo the court inside. That'll be more of a food court that we're having for more of a public appeal for bringing a lot of friends and family downtown.
Last month, the Hollywood 20 reopened as the Hollywood 11 with reclining seats and an expanded menu. That made room for other projects within that complex. Time to get a check on our weather with Steve Newman, who's in for Bob tonight. Steve?
I remember when that complex used to be the Moss Brothers department store. That's telling my age at this point. Look at the 24-hour temperature change across the state. It is indeed getting warmer, and this is only the start of the warming trend that will last through the weekend. 7 degrees warmer at Tampa and Fort Myers than it was at 5 o'clock yesterday. And across our viewing area, 7s up in the northern part of Sarasota and Manatee County. Because it was already warm this time yesterday in Sebring and Lake Placid, they are having a hard time catching up with that kind of value. Now, it is very dry from top to bottom of the state, a high fire danger, so be very alert to that. Right on through tomorrow, it should improve on Sunday. Hardly a cloud in the sky, and there's not a drop of rain falling. All the radar scopes are fired up, but not seeing anything right now. Heading out tonight, staying at home, barbecuing in the backyard, it's going to slowly cool off through the 60s. The air is dry, so the temperatures will drop fairly rapidly this evening, bottoming out in the low 50s to about 50 degrees toward dawn. Coming up in a few minutes, I'll have your complete weather outlook for the weekend. Scott?
All right, Steve, thank you. After just 1 year, the Siesta Key Breeze Trolley has become Sarasota County's most popular public transit option. Right now, the trolleys are carrying around 1,000 passengers a day and have even added extra hours to their weekends. ABC7's Adam Cellini joins us live on Siesta Key with what this could mean for the future of fixing traffic problems on the island. Adam?
Yeah, Scott, don't expect SCAT to be putting any extra trolleys out here. They say the 20 to 30-minute wait time at one of these stands for a trolley is frequent enough, and they're not sure the roads can handle much more congestion, but it is giving county leaders a bit of breathing room as they examine some future options for out here on the island. All aboard Sarasota County's most popular public transit route.
The trolley has been a yay.
Cindy and Mary say their month-long dream vacation on Siesta would not have been possible without the Siesta Key Breeze trolley.
We've used the trolley more than anything. We've used it 2 and 3 times a day to go up to Turtles or to get down to the village and do some shopping.
The trolley, which runs from 10 to 10 on weekdays and now until midnight on weekends, has almost reached 250,000 riders since starting last March.
And we were floored last year by the numbers that we did have, but this year we did expect to go on the same pattern as last year, and we were hoping actually we'd even have more riders.
Law enforcement encourages these options to avoid tickets during spring break.
We will be in the parking lots making sure that they're not space saving in the parking lot, and we'll be strictly enforcing parking lot and parking violations.
And island businesses like Beach Bazaar have praised the trolley, but they know it's not a solution to the traffic troubles, as Friday public beach parking was nearly full.
Eventually I'd like to see it come on and off of the island to help with getting less cars out here. I think that'd be the key for the future.
In the fall, the county discussed paid parking and says they're still researching best practices from other communities to possibly implement here. But Cindy and Mary have their solution and some new friends as a result.
The people that drive the trolleys are phenomenal. They make you feel very welcome.
There's one gentleman trolley man by the name of Michael who's awesome.
Now, Scott, the trolley has also increased the popularity of SCAT Route 11, which runs on and off the island as just a regular-looking bus, and that's because people are starting to realize they could leave their cars and still enjoy the beach. Now, since the last year, we mentioned that the weekend hours have extended. Also, these signs have been added out here to indicate where and when those trolleys will be stopping on Siesta Key. Reporting live here on the island, I'm Adam Cellini. Back to you in the studio.
What a success story. All right, Adam, thank you so much. Well, if you'd love to shop at University Town Center, there's a new way to get around. Shoppers can now use these free, environmentally friendly shuttles to get to and from 3 shopping areas: Mall at UTC, the shops at UTC, and the West District at UTC. The shuttles run Wednesdays through Saturdays from 1 to 8, and then on Sundays from noon until 6 p.m. You only have a few more days to get out and enjoy the 82nd Annual Sarasota County Fair. There's plenty of rides, live entertainment on two stages, a giant kiddie land, of course the live animals, and all the food. The Midway is off Fruitville Road. There's free parking, and it will run through Sunday. It's also the final weekend of home spring training games here on the Sun Coast. Where did that go, huh? The Orioles beat the Rays this afternoon at Ed Smith Stadium, and tomorrow will be the last home game of the spring. The Orioles will host the Minnesota Twins tomorrow night First pitch is set for 6:05. And the Pirates are sticking around a couple days longer. They played the Phillies today at Lecom Park in Bradenton. Tomorrow they take on the Rays at 1 o'clock, and then Monday will be their final home game where they'll host the Phillies at Lecom Park. Opening day, by the way, of baseball's regular season is set for next Thursday. Still to come on your Suncoast News tonight, a new study has answers for why you might get sick on a flight. We'll take a closer look at the study on what you should do to avoid catching a cold or even the flu.
It's time to take a road trip.
Alabama's got 100 road trips, and some of the best are music to your ears, like the Alabama Music Hall of Fame. Or head over to Muscle Shoals and Fame Studios. Are you a star yet?
My mama thinks so.
Or, if that's your stomach I hear grumbling, our barbecue is almost a religious experience. Food good here? Best in the country. Alabama's got 100 road trips.
Which one you gonna take?
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-652-3012. That's 1-800-652-3012. Call now 1-800-652-3012. For a free brochure, call 1-800-652-3012.
Car experts and customers agree there's a lot to love about a new Subaru. Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's 2017 most trusted brand, best overall brand, and lowest 5-year cost to own. And Subaru Outback is an IIHS top safety pick for 10 years running. Now lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $239 a month. Or get 0% financing with 0 down during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Rugs as Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
Hi, I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. No one should face breast cancer alone. When I was diagnosed 36 years ago, there was no internet, and I had to make a decision with little information. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. To learn what every woman needs to know about breast cancer, visit nbcf.org/hope.
How likely are you to get sick on your next flight? Well, according to a new study, that depends on where you sit and what you do during the flight. Reed Binion has a closer look at a new study.
Stuck at 30,000 feet with just inches of personal space, airplanes can be the perfect incubators for germs and disease. According to a new study in the journal Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, the best way to avoid getting sick is to book a window seat. The study found people with a window seat were less likely to get up to use the restroom or check the overhead bin, meaning that they were less likely to come into contact with germs. Researchers say lavatories are covered in germs since there's usually only 2 of them on a flight of about 150 passengers. Researchers also analyzed passenger movements and studied air samples. They found passengers sitting within 2 seats or 1 row away from a sick person have an 80% chance of catching an illness compared to passengers sitting further away. But for most of the other passengers in the cabin, the risk of catching anything is minimal. Still, you can lower your odds even more by not touching your face and keeping your hands off of the aisle seats. For today's Health Minute, I'm Reed Binion.
We have a beautiful day in progress across the Sun Coast, and it's going to be even nicer as we move into the weekend. It's the last 45 minutes and time lapse on Anna Maria, our webcam, looking out over the water there. Just the waves have come down, the winds have come down, things are calming down all across the Sun Coast. 71 the current temperature, dew point 39. It's still very dry, and it's going to take another day or so to get those humidities really up and ease the fire danger, which is considerably high right now. Our high this afternoon was 74. Last night's low 44. You can see how that relates to normal. It's been as cold as 33 back in 1922. And the rainfall picture does not look pretty, and there's hardly any rain in sight. Maybe the day, Saturday before Easter we can get some light rain, but it doesn't look like much. So we're almost 2 inches below normal for the month, effectively 4 inches below normal for the year, and that's not a good thing. Temperatures from top to bottom in the state, pretty much 60s to low 70s. Fort Myers, although 77, warming up there. Miami, 76 degrees. And across our viewing area, it is gorgeous. A little cool, I think, because of the waters out there. 65 at Longboat Key, 67 at Siesta, but as warm as 77 in our inland viewing areas. There is a fire weather warning in effect until this evening at 9 o'clock for Manatee County, Pinellas County, Charlotte, not DeSoto or Hardy County, but for some reason Highlands County and Polk as well. The conditions will gradually improve over the weekend, but please be very careful outdoors with cigarettes or whatever you might have that could spark a fire. Now, there's no cloud to be seen across the state. A little smoke plume coming up from agricultural burning blowing over Marco Island, and there's no rain to douse that fire either. The radar scope's sweeping out there and they cannot see anything. Now, the nor'easter is gone from New England. It's way out in the North Atlantic right now, washing out over eastern Canada, but things seem to be moistening up a little bit around New York City in the last 3 or 4 or 5 hours. Some snow up in the Adirondacks and a little cold rain around New York City. But you can see that dip in the jet stream, really no major storm. This one could be a problem as we move in the next day or so as it moves across the country, and there's more rain coming into Northern California where they need it. With it raining in New York City, it is 47, 55 at Raleigh, quite mild out west, 72 at Albuquerque, Phoenix 82, Los Angeles coming in with a mild 63 degrees. Now here's our weather headlines for the next couple of days as we move into an award-winning weekend, I think. It will not be as cold tonight, or not as cool, by about 5 degrees. We're going to bump them up and even go more than that as we go through the weekend as warmer weather really sets in and stays with us. It's not going to go away, but it's not going to be hot. We're not going to be way above normal as we have been. Fire danger will ease up slowly over the weekend as a result of shifting winds. Right now, as the high comes over us, the winds will become more calm as it settles over us, and then as it moves out of the Bahamas and further, south winds kick in, bringing in moisture and warmth that will stay with us from late Saturday, Sunday, and Monday of next week. It'll take till next Tuesday to get another cool front that will not have any rain with it. Out on the water, look at this. Tomorrow, a beautiful day. East winds in the morning becoming southeasterly in the afternoon, warmer. 10 knots, seas 2 feet. Bay and inland waters a light chop. And your beach temperature 75. You're going to like that. Water temperature 68 and warming. Here's my forecast for tonight. Clear and not as cool. Our low temperature 50 degrees, the average 59. And for tomorrow, a beautiful sunny day. Warmer still, high 77, right on the money for normal. And our 7-day outlook shows mild weather for both Saturday and Sunday. And we'll call 82 kind of warm as we warm up, but that cool front coming through on Tuesday just drops our overnight lows a little bit, but the daytime highs kind of plateau at around 80, 81 degrees through all of next week. Again, our next chance of rain just out of the picture there. Maybe showers late into Saturday morning, the Saturday before Easter. Passover, by the way, starts on Friday at sunset. That's your weather, Scott.
All right, Steve, thank you. Let's check first alert traffic right now as you head home for the weekend. Traffic is congested around downtown Bradenton at this hour, heading east on State Road 64 and also on US 41. The DeSoto Seafood Festival is in that area this weekend, so that might be causing a few of the delays, but pack your patience, as we say. Craigslist says it's shutting down its personal section. The classified advertisement website says it will no longer operate the portion of its website that allows individuals to seek encounters with strangers. This change comes only 2 days after the Senate approved a bipartisan legislation called the Stop Enabling Sex Traffickers Act, which paves the way for sex trafficking victims to sue websites that facilitate their abuse. The personal section is still visible on Craigslist homepage for now, but it does redirect users to the announcement about the shutdown. Florida's jobless rate is remaining steady. The state's unemployment rate for February, 3.9%, which is lower than the national rate of 4.1%. The unemployment rate started to edge upward at the end of last year, but has remained unchanged for the last 2 months now. Latest estimates show there are about 398,000 unemployed people out of a workforce of nearly 10.2 million. Summer is just around the corner, which means many people are planning vacations. 26 million people worldwide are forecast to take a cruise this year, an increase of about 3% over last year. New and larger cruise ships, as well as more local ports and new activities, are all behind the jump. If you're considering a cruise, make sure to book early because prices may rise as the cabins of the ships fill up. And in the day of online bookings, travel agents can help here. They can access exclusive offers and then bundle them with other promotions. Also, check in online to save extra time when you're at the cruise ship terminal. Stay with us. Your entertainment news is coming up next.
My name is Stefan Campagna. We're Ben Gates and Dramus, and here is your law tip of the week. If you've been arrested in the state of Florida, the state attorney's office is already working on your prosecution. It's time to work on your defense. So give us a call. We've got your back.
Get to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota for big savings during the spring sales event and shop the area's largest selection of 7-passenger vehicles. Get KBB's 2017 Best Buy Award overall winner, the Chrysler Pacifica, for just $23,999. Or get off-road capability with the comfort of an SUV in your new Jeep Compass for just $17,999. Drive away in a new Dodge Journey for as little as $16,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
I'm Deshauna Barber. In 2016, I was proud to win the title of Miss USA. What makes me just as proud is my service in the U.S. military. In the service, a soldier gains skills and learns values like discipline and leadership. That makes them an asset to any business that hires them. If you're an employer, on behalf of Coalition to Salute America's Heroes, remember to hire smart and bet on a vet. Visit saluteheroes.org or call this number to learn more.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
In entertainment news tonight, a New York City firefighter dies after a massive fire broke out on a movie set in Harlem. ABC's Gio Benitez has the latest from the scene.
This is a tragedy involving one of New York's bravest here in Harlem, New York. I want you to look at what's left behind from this fire. Thankfully, it has been extinguished, but residents inside the surrounding buildings, those neighboring buildings, they are doing okay right now. Now, take a look at video from this overnight emergency. The movie crew was filming at the time of the fire. They got out in time. This is the movie set for a film called Motherless Brooklyn, starring Bruce Willis, Alec Baldwin, and Edward Norton. 37-year-old FDNY firefighter Michael Davidson went inside to fight this blaze just as he had done for the past 15 years, but he somehow lost consciousness and died from his injuries, leaving behind a wife and 4 young kids. So no doubt about it, the investigation here is just beginning. We only know that the fire started in the cellar and then moved up into that movie set. Gio Benitez, ABC News, Harlem, New York.
The end may be near for Captain America in Avengers Infinity War, or at least for Chris Evans playing that role. A New York Times profile of the actor says Evans will hang up the superhero shield after the fourth Avengers movie set to release next year after Infinity War this spring. The paper quotes Evans as saying, quote, "You want to get off the train before they push you off." Mark Hamill, the actor who plays Luke Skywalker, attended the opening of a space-age glass platform in Gibraltar called the Skywalk. The walkway, made with reinforced glass panels, is built to carry the weight of 5 elephants. Hamill delighted fans, signing autographs and posing on the walkway with a group of stormtroopers. Why not? And members of NSYNC are finally reuniting, but not for a new music or a new tour. They will be receiving a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. All 5 members of the group are scheduled to attend the event on April 30th. The last time this fivesome reunited was the 2013 MTV Video Music Awards. And we'll be right back with more. Stay with us.